What do we have here? The question says there are 6 bat manufacturing companies, Kookaburra, ASG, SS, etc., and they have 2 attributes. One is stroke and weights. They have tested for 2 attributes. The following information is known about the stroke and weights of the bats. The bat with the highest stroke is not the heaviest, and the bat with the least stroke was the third lightest. So what we have here is we have terminologies like highest stroke, heaviest, lightest. So let us define. We are going to rank these parameters, these bats under these 2 parameters. So when are we going to write 1? When are we going to write 6? So if the word is just like rank, then it is easy. Best rank is 1, worst rank is 6. But if they are using something like highest stroke, heaviest bat, lightest bat, then we need to define for what we are going to write the number 1 and for what we are going to write the number 6. So let us define something like this. So whenever they use something like a bat has highest stroke, I am going to write the number 6. Whenever they say a bat has least stroke, we are going to write the number like 1. And second highest stroke, we are going to write 5, etc. So this is how we are going to define it. Similarly, whenever they say somebody the bat is heaviest, we are going to write the number 6. Second heaviest, we are going to write 5. Third heaviest, 4, etc. Similarly, whenever they say lightest bat, we are going to use the terminology 1. Second lightest bat, 2. Third lightest bat, 3. So these are the 6 numbers that we are going to fill here, and these are the 6 numbers that we are going to fill here. And if we do this, the entire problem is done. Now let's enter into the points. What are the points we have here? The bat with the highest stroke as in number 6, stroke number 6 is not the heaviest bat. Heaviest bat will be having a number 6. These 2 are not the same bat. So 6 and 6 cannot be in the same row. Okay, got it. The bat with the least stroke was the third lightest. Least stroke is the number 1 here, is the third lightest. First lightest, second lightest, third lightest. Third lightest as in this number 3. So somewhere, some bat will have 1, 3 in the same row. Okay. Now going to the second point, ESG, which is not the fourth heaviest. This is first heaviest, second heaviest, third heaviest, fourth heaviest. So ESG is not fourth heaviest. So ESG is not 3 here. Okay, has lesser stroke compared to Gray-Nichols. So compared to Gray-Nichols, this ESG is lesser, having lesser stroke compared to Gray-Nichols. Okay, going to third point. Spartan has third highest stroke. Highest stroke, second highest stroke, third highest stroke. Spartan has third highest stroke. So the number 4 I am going to write in Spartan here. Okay, and it's lighter than ESG. Compared to ESG, this is lighter. So this is lighter than ESG. Okay. Now point number 4. Kookaburra, which has a stroke higher than exactly 2 other bats. Kookaburra, which has a stroke higher than exactly 2 other bats. So this is least stroke. This is second least stroke. This is third least stroke. So this will have higher stroke exactly than higher than 2 exactly other bats. So 3 is the number that we are going to fill in. For what? For Kookaburra. For Kookaburra, which has stroke higher than exactly 2 other bats. So for Kookaburra, we are going to fill the number 3 here. We are going to fill the number 3 here, and it is heavier than at least 2 other bats. It is heavier than at least 2 other bats means it is not first 2 light. It is definitely not the least 2 of the bats. So Kookaburra is definitely, the weight of the Kookaburra is definitely not 1, it is not 2. It may be 3, 4, 5, 6 at least. Okay. Now going to point number 5. Gray-Nichols is the third heaviest bat. It is a third heaviest bat. First heaviest, second heaviest, third heaviest. So Gray-Nichols is the third heaviest bat, as in the number 4 I am going to write here. And has the second highest stroke. Second highest stroke. So for Gray-Nichols, I am going to write the number 5 here. Okay. Now Now at this point of time, even before going into the point number 6, we can actually fill some data for SG. SG, they are telling that this particular value is lesser than grain equals. So lesser than 5 as in 1, 2, 3, 4 can come, but 4 and 3 have already come here. So it can only be 1 or 2 here. But we know that if 1 comes here, 3 should come here. If 1 comes, 3 should come, but it's already specifically mentioned that 3 cannot come here. I'll repeat this point once again. Because this number is 5, this number is lesser than 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the only numbers possible. 3 and 4 are already given here. So it's either 1 or it's 2. But 1 cannot come here. The reason being, if 1 comes, 1 and 3 should come together, but it's already mentioned 3 cannot come here. Therefore, if 1 is also removed out of picture, the only number that is possible here is 2. Okay. Now let's enter into the last point. SS has more stroke than at least one other bat. SS has more stroke than at least one other bat. Now what are the two numbers that are pending here? 1 bar 6, 6 bar 1 are the two numbers that are pending here. So SS has stroke better than at least one other bat. So if I put 1 here, that is the least stroke, which is not possible. Therefore SS has to be 1 here, 6 there, and new balance has to be 1. And they've mentioned that wherever 6 comes in stroke, weight cannot be 6. So this point is definitely not 6. Okay. Now, and it is also heavier than at least 2 other bats. If it is heavier than 2 other bats, it is not the lightest of the bats. It is not 1, it is not 2. It is not 1, it is not 2. Okay. Now let's go ahead and try to fill some data points. What are the numbers that we can go ahead and fill? Okay. Now let's go ahead and see. Okay, this is lighter than this number. This is lighter than this number. Okay, 1 and 2s cannot come here. 1 and 2s cannot come here. Okay, they mentioned a point that 1 and 3 has to be in the same row, right? So wherever 1 comes, 3 has to come in the same spot. So because 1 is here, 3 has to come here. Fantastic. Now, what are the numbers that are pending for us to be filled here? 1 is pending, 2 is pending, 5 is pending, 6 is pending. Now, 1 and 2, let's focus on 1 and 2. 1 and 2 cannot come here, it is given here. So, 1 and 2 can either come here or here only. So, 1 and 2 cannot come here, 1 and 2 cannot come here. So, 1 and 2 has to come in these two spots only. And they have mentioned that this is the lighter of the number, lighter of the bat. So, therefore, this has to be 1 and this has to be 2. Now, what are the two numbers pending? Only 5 and 6. So, here 6 cannot come. Therefore, this has to be 5 and this has to be 6. So, now, which is the heaviest bat? Number 6. Kookaburra is the heaviest bat, number 6. Which is the lightest bat? Number 1. Spartan is the lightest bat, number 1. Which bat has highest stroke? Number 6. SS has. Which has the least stroke? New Balance 1. So this way, by defining what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mean and placing them here, we are able to fill this particular table.